If you feel like your paycheck disappears the second you get it, this video is for you. It's not about how much you make, it's about what you do with it the moment it hits your account. Today I'm sharing the 7 steps the wealthy take every time they get paid to build financial freedom. Whether you're earning $500 a week or $5,000 a week, these steps apply. In fact, the earlier you build this system, the faster your money grows. So instead of wondering where your money went, you'll start seeing your net worth climb. Step 1 is to pay yourself first. Most people just spend their money first, and then whatever's left at the end of the month they'll save, but usually by the end of the month there's nothing left over. Instead, the wealthy mindset is save first and spend after. Set aside 10 to 20% of your income immediately for savings, investments, or retirement. For example, if your paycheck is $3,000, you're going to put $300 to $600 into accounts before bills. Think of it like a tax for your future self. Think of it as investing in your future self. It's kind of like when the government takes out your taxes automatically and they take it out first. You're going to do the exact same thing to make sure that future you is set up for success. And a pro tip is automate your savings so that you never forget. Step 2 is to build an emergency fund. 57% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency, and that is really scary. If you don't have a cushion and you get one flat tire, that's going to put you in debt. Start small, save $1,000 first and put that in your high yield interest savings account. Then you're going to want to work your way to 3 to 6 months of basic living expenses. So just the necessities, everything that it takes for you to just survive. You don't need to include any kind of fun money in this. Nothing like eating out or shopping needs to be included in this. I have also seen that some of my favorite financial content creators have actually been recommending that people aim for 12 months or a full year of an emergency fund because of everything that's going on and all of the uncertainty with the economy. So depending on your situation, if you're super risk averse like me, you can definitely have more than 6 months if you want, but having 3 to 6 months will give you a really good cushion if something does happen. So for example, if your rent and your bills add up to about $2,000 per month, just how much it takes for you to basically survive, then you're going to want to aim for a $6,000 to $12,000 emergency fund. And pro tip, you want to keep that money in a high yield interest savings account so that A, you're not tempted to use it because you can't really see it all the time, and B, it'll earn a little bit of interest for you because traditional savings accounts have really bad interest rates. I think it's usually like 0.00 something. So even though a high yield interest savings account is only like, I think 3.25 right now, it's still better than 0. Number 3 is contribute to retirement. Your future self will thank you. Even just $50 to $100 per paycheck can add up to a lot because of compound interest. For example, even if you only invest $200 a month starting at the age of 25, you'll have about $500,000 by the time that you retire. But if you wait till you're 35 to start, that number is going to be about less than half. If your employer offers a 401k match, make sure that you take advantage. You never want to leave free money on the table, and a 401k match is literally free money. And I'll tell you a personal story. For the first 7 years of my working career, I did not have a 401k from my employer. And in the past 2 years of working, I have so much in my 401k that I am shocked, and I'm also so sad because thinking back, if I had a 401k for all of the years that I have been working, I would have like well over $100,000 in my retirement right now. So if your employer does offer it, make sure you take full advantage. And even if you're self-employed, you can open a Roth IRA or a SEP IRA. Number 4 is attack high interest debt. Debt is the biggest wealth killer. Credit cards can average 20% in interest, but most of them are honestly extremely high, upwards of 25 to 30%. For example, a $5,000 credit card debt can balloon to $10,000 if you just make minimum payments. So pick a strategy, whether you want to do avalanche or snowball. You can pick one that you like, one that you think will work well for you psychologically, and start attacking the high interest debt and get it paid down. Avalanche is basically where you pay off the highest interest rate first. So the math works out so that you basically save more money with avalanche. However, snowball is typically more effective because you pay off the smallest amount first, which gives you that psychological win, and it gives you a little bit of a motivational boost. So for most people, snowball does work better, but you kind of just have to know yourself and know which one will work well for you. And a pro tip is to call your lenders and ask for lower rates or ask to negotiate your debt. Sometimes they will agree to it. They won't always, but it doesn't hurt to call. Step 5 is to cover essentials. So your rent, mortgage, groceries, car payments, insurance, utilities. And you can follow the 50-30-20 rule, which is basically where you put 50% towards the essentials, so rent and bills, 30% towards wants, so dining out, going to concerts, shopping, whatever you want basically, and 20% towards savings and investments. So for example, if your check is $2,000, then you would set aside $1,000 for your essentials. Now, if you are in a high cost of living area, it might be difficult because your essentials may take up a lot more than you would like. I will do an entire video on this because I do think it is very different when you live in a high cost of living area, but that doesn't mean that you should just give up. You should still strive to save and invest and work towards your financial goals. And a pro tip is to keep track of your subscriptions, because Americans on average waste $200 a month on unused subscriptions. Number 6 is budget for fun. If you cut out all the fun, you'll burn out and you'll binge spend. It's kind of like binge eating. If you just don't eat for a really long time, you'll eventually burn out and cave, and then you'll binge. Create a guilt-free spending fun budget. For example, maybe you set $100 or $150 per paycheck aside for eating out or shopping or travel. Whatever you want to spend that money on, whatever brings you joy. And a pro tip is you can put this money in a separate account or a separate debit card so that when it's gone, it's gone. Some people also like to do cash for this, so it's kind of up to you, because sometimes it's easier for people to like associate physical cash leaving with it being gone. So it's just kind of up to you and your psychology with money. And step 7 is to review and us. Your payday is like a built-in financial check-in. Because you think about it, money comes into your account, you pay your bills, you invest, you put money in your savings account, and it's a really good time to kind of just take a look at your numbers and see how they've changed from month to month. So ask yourself, did I hit my savings goal? Am I closer to being debt-free? Am I closer to financial freedom? Track your net worth monthly, your assets, your liabilities. Is your debt going down? Is your assets increasing? Even if your net worth only grows by $200 per paycheck, that's still $5,000 a year. And a good pro tip is to use a free app to track your net worth and your expenses so that it's a lot easier for you. A good bonus tip is you can start a side hustle and you can treat that like a second paycheck. Even if it's only $300 a month, that's $3,600 a year, and if you invest that, it could be hundreds of thousands over decades. Every paycheck is a choice. You can stay stuck where you are, or you can build wealth. And these steps make sure that you're moving forward every single time. I'm thinking about making a video about how to budget different income levels, like maybe $30,000, $50,000, $75,000, and $100,000 or more. So let me know if you would be interested in seeing that. If you like this video, make sure you check out my video on why net worth explodes after $20,000. Comment down below which step you're starting today, and be sure to like and subscribe for more money tips. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!